Hey everybody, welcome back to SRTV Network. I'm Jay Weezy, and we're watching the Dirt Outlaw series sponsored by Sim Addicts here at Knoxville Speedway. I believe it's Knoxville Raceway here. We're gonna have some fun tonight, so we can see a lot of fog out there on the track and a lot of fast guys out there. And first things first, I'd like to mention I got Matt Trace up here in the booth with me tonight. Matt, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you tonight, Jay Weezy?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, brother, and you know, I can't wait to see some of this dirt action. But before we get into that, I'd like to give my thoughts and prayers out to Blake Mosley, man. He's been having a rough time. He lost one of his best friends here this weekend, so all of our thoughts and prayers for here at SRTV Network. We go out to Blake and his friends, family, and we hope everybody can help him get through all these hard times, and we've all been there before. So what we got tonight is some good action going on. It's a lot of fog out there, Matt.
Yeah, but the track looks like it's pretty fast. Looking here at the practice times, it's a close battle from first all the way down. 18.228 is a pretty quick lap time around Knoxville. Big old half mile, so fog might actually make it a little bit quicker for the feature time. I guess we'll find out and see.
Yeah, and one thing I know is they got a lot of talented drivers here, man, and they know a lot of talented drivers, so you're going to be watching some great action tonight coming here from Knoxville. It's going to be side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 or 4 rows back. We're going to have some heat races going on to determine the qualifying order for the main event. And if we need to, we're going to have a B main. And then if they do the B main, they're going to have 19 cars in the A main. And if they do run a B main, which I think they will here, they're going to have 4 of the cars out of the B main that will advance to the A main. And what they do is the top 2 finishers out of the heat races, they go straight to a dash to determine where they're going to start at up front so that they can get a good start here coming up for the main event tonight, which I hope you'll be with us here for that. But if not, man, hey, I really appreciate you being up here in the booth with me.
Yeah, I always like being up here in the booth with you, Jerry. We'll see how this goes. I do have a race of my own that I'm going to try and go out here and win. But up until then, I'm here to call whatever action you need me to call for you.
Hey, man, you do a great job up here, and, you know, you're a dirt racer, and you know a lot more about this dirt stuff than I do. So, hey, man, all the help I can get, I'll take, you know. Oh,
for sure. And, you know, sitting here looking through this, cars that we have here, there's a couple that I'm familiar with of running against, like Jeremy Freeman and Chris Kuchta. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying his name wrong. I've always said it wrong. I can't help that. My bad. Freeman's always a smooth, fast driver, and I know Chris is too. So right now, early picks, I would say Freeman would probably be the one that's closest to being my pick for the race before we even get started here. We'll see. He's one of the best ones in late models. So overall, I think we're going to have a pretty good night with this one, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, man. And, hey, Jeremy Freeman is our sponsor here for the Dirt Outlaws. He runs Sim Addicts, so we know Jeremy Freeman very well. Like I said, it's Dirt Outlaws series here sponsored by Sim Addicts. And Jeremy Freeman, you can guarantee he's going to be fast tonight. And I know a couple other of those names out there that's going to be fast. And, you know, and if I had to pick and let you know, I'd say keep an eye on Keith Hackney, keep an eye on Kyle Beck, keep an eye on David Cardwell for sure, because David Cardwell, he won a 100-lapper here, so we know how fast he is. And you know, if you see a Cardwell out there, you better watch out.
Oh, for sure. And again, not knowing a lot about these guys, some of these guys here that are at Knoxville, if you're not familiar with Knoxville Raceway, for those that are watching, it's a big half-mile track out in Knoxville, Iowa, and it's mostly famous for sprint car racing. The late model racing here can be fantastic. If you see, as we're showing you outside of turn 2 there's that building, that's the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Well, the key for some of these guys, and I'm sure David Cardwell has figured it out, winning a 100-lapper, is avoid any problems, because your problem is going to be that berm down there in the bottom of the track. And I know in a sprint car it's tough. I'm sure it's even tougher in a late model to not hit that berm.
Yeah, and they were getting up on that berm there last week, and some of the cars was running down on the bottom, some of them was running up on the top, and what I seen was that high line was carrying a lot of momentum, but they really couldn't make the pass there on the bottom because they would have to lift if they were side by side, and a lot of times they are side by side coming out of these turns. And like I said, we got 22 cars that showed up for this event, and they're going to run 19 in the main, so maybe everybody will make it and maybe not. They're still accepting drivers to register for this event, so it's not over yet. We might still see that other Cardwell there, Hayden Cardwell, might show up for this, and he's the one that was chasing David Cardwell around last week, so it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch this. And the track looks good. What do you think it feels like out there as we take a ride along with David Cardwell?
To me, you know, you have the option to go do test drive, and I went out here and just did a couple test drive laps just to see, and you can tell that it's a little bit slick on the bottom, and it's gonna get slick. To me, the car handles just a little bit free. That these guys can adjust as needed for however they want their car to handle. But it's going to be key to have your car handling good with a slick track on a late model for how much horsepower you're putting out in these things. And that's going to be the thing. If the bottom's slicked off, it means there's going to be a high side. So how much speed can you produce on the high side? And it's just in general, like this track right now is perfect for some late model racing. I wouldn't want to drive it in a sprint car though. So.
Yeah, and it seems like a pretty round track there. You know, the straightaways, they ain't very straight there. So we're riding along with Jeremy Freeman, and you know, his fastest lap is a 18.3 so far. So I'm not for sure if you take a look at some of the information here on this track, will the track change status as we move on into different sessions, or is it carried over?
It should definitely change a little bit. The more laps you put on the track, obviously the more it dries out, and the more it dries out, the slicker it gets, and that makes for really good side-by-side racing, especially in these late models. Now, I don't know if they're going to bring the water truck out, maybe put a little bit of water down on the track before the feature, who knows, but I think for right now, the conditions that we have, it's going to put on some good side-by-side racing, and hopefully a little bit of rubbing as racing goes on too.
Hey, well, you can find out by clicking on that info button for me. And, you know, do you think that fog is going to have an effect on how much the track dries out, being that it seems like it's going to be a little bit humid here, just from what it's looking like? It looks a little bit wet out there.
Yeah, it looks like they had the track state starting at 0, so with a 30-minute practice, it still dries out pretty nice. Adding the heat races and the potential B main is really going to put some more laps on the track, so it should dry it out a little bit more. I don't know if we're going to see the cushion up against the wall like we would at the start of a sprint car race, but by the time the race is over, who knows?
Yeah, they got a long way to go, but practice is almost over, and then they're going to switch over to qualifying. So I'll give you another rundown of what's going to happen. They're going to run 3 cars at a time. They're going to have a little bit of gap between them. Each car is going to get 2 laps to qualify, and that's going to place them in a heat race. Once they get into that heat race is going to be an 8-lap heat race. It's going to qualify them to switch over to see if they make it into the A main. Like I said, the top 2 is going to go straight to a dash. It's going to be a 6-lap dash. I believe they're going to take 4 or 5 drivers out of the heat races, depending on how many heat races they run here, which it depends on how many cars show up here tonight. So, like I said, it's going to be a lot of racing action going on tonight, so y'all better hang tight, and I appreciate everybody that's tuning in here to SRTV Network to watch this series here. This is the Dirt Outlaws series, sponsored by Sim Addicts. Special thanks to Jeremy Freeman, man, for sponsoring this league. And check them out. I got all the information in the description below. If you're looking on Facebook, obviously you're not going to see any of that. It's in the YouTube description here, so keep an eye And if there's anything going on out there, I see we got some viewers going on and watching us on the Twitch side, man. Hey, we had just switched over to the Facebook side and the Twitch side, so we welcome everybody, and thanks for watching.
Looks like we have a pretty decent crowd watching us, not only in the stands, but on your broadcast.
Yeah, and like I said, we just branched out to the Facebook and the Twitch side. We was only on YouTube here for a while. You know, we did around 100 races there on the YouTube side, and then I decided to expand over to the Facebook side just to give some of this racing action over to some bigger audience here. So, you know, if we have any issues, just let me know, and hopefully I can sort them out. I really can't do a whole lot on the fly here while we're live. But I definitely want to make sure that we get everything taken care of on the Facebook and the Twitch side. So, hey man, what's up, Grave Scout? I'm trying to see what you got here. During practice, can you change your setup? Yes, you can change your setup. This is an open setup race here, and they can make adjustments. That's what they're out there doing now in this practice session. During the race, you can't. But you can during the heat racing. So it's getting ready to switch over to qualifying here now that practice has ended. We're going straight to qualifying. Now qualifying, they're going to make some adjustments. They're allowed to make adjustments. Now once it switches over to the race, they're not allowed. It's locked in, like you said. It's locked in. So hey man, I appreciate that, Grave Scout. But yeah, man, once they switch over to the race side, it's locked in. They can't change their setup. They can change it before they get in the car, but once they're in the car and they're in their car ready to go, it's locked in. So they can come into the pits and they can get some damage repaired maybe or something like that, but they can't really make any adjustments.
Yeah, and there's only a few things you can adjust anyways from each race as it goes on. It all depends on how your car feels. You're not going to throw the whole kitchen sink at it between these heat races to the dash to the feature. You could, but you're not going to get any time in between to test them out. So you're going to notice guys are going to make probably tiny changes here and there as the track conditions go in a different route as the race goes on. But once you're on track, 30 laps, 50 laps, 100 laps, whatever, you have to have that car set up for that many laps, and it's got to be comfortable for you.
Hey, that's right, man. And you know, you want it as comfortable as you can get, and you want it as fast as you can get. So if you might have to give up some of that comfortability there for a little bit more speed. But so these guys is lining up right now. They're gonna do like I said, 3 cars at a time, 2 laps. They're gonna do some qualifying. And hey man, how about I ask you a question? What's it look like over there on the Twitch side? Is everything looking all right over there? And like I said, we're going to have 2 cars or 3 cars go out at a time. Looks like there's only 2 out there right now. They're going to run them 2 laps around. They're going to qualify for their heat racing here. And here comes the 07. All right, man. I appreciate that. The 07 there, that's Jacob Welter. All right, we got Trace Williams is out there. It's a little bit foggy, so it's hard to see. And you can see as he hits that berm, his car gets a little bit upset. So we'll take a ride along this track. See, it's a little bit clearer once you get inside the car there. And he's trying to run that low line, but it's awful slick out there.
He's doing a pretty good job keeping the car smooth. It looks like he got a little bit too low coming off the corner a little bit. But the whole object is you want to be as smooth and straight as you can coming off. You want speed. That's all this is all about, is just being as fast as you can. And the smoother you are, the faster you're going to be.
Yeah, and for everybody that's out there watching, if you keep a look at the top of your screen, you're going to see the fastest car is going to be as the race leader. It's going to say the race leader. Right now, Kyle Fanning, he's put down the fastest lap. It's a 19.013. That's a pretty fast lap out there as he just finished up his qualifying round. And here comes some more cars coming out. It's going to be the 72 of Alan Hunt. The 07 is Jacob Welter. So we got Alan Hunt, Jacob Welter, and Ryan Adams is out there in that number 12 car. We've seen him before. We know he's fast.
Yeah, Jacob Welder was pretty quick in practice there. Him and Alan Hunt were close in lap time, so that might be a good battle to watch for who's going to be quick out of this group.
Oh yeah, and like I said, hey, if you're looking at the top of your screen, that's going to show you the cars as fast as, starting from the fastest to the slowest. And then if you look right underneath their names, you'll see how far apart they are. Oh, sorry about that pause there. Alright, so they ran 2 laps. So here comes the next bunch getting ready to come out on the track. It looks like it's going to be the number 9 car of Blake Fulmer, the number 87 of Sean Freeman, and the number 8 car of Noah Samples.
Noah Samples is running a really, really nice paint scheme, and he's running, right now, I'm watching him, he's running a pretty smooth line right up the top of the track. Now he goes to the middle and towards the bottom of the track, and he stays right where that slick stuff is. And you can make it work, you just got to be really careful in that throttle to not make the car just come back around on you. But looks like he's got some things figured out, especially for later on parts of the racing.
Yeah, he just ran a 19.086, but I tell you what, that number 12 car put down a lap as he's took himself to the top of the board. And that's Ryan Adams, the number 12. Oh, Blake Fulmer. Now we got Blake. I hope I'm saying these names right. If I'm not, I really apologize. That number 9 car has took the pole for now. Now Sean Freeman's on point, so they're getting faster and faster. You think that has something to do with the track, or is just hey, it's how you run your line here?
It's definitely how you run your line. If you look at the times from practice, like Sean Freeman, he ran just a little over a 1/10 of a second off of his quick time in practice. So the track is falling off just a little bit. But again, as the night goes on, as the racing goes on, you're going to see some really good racing. So I'm not too worried about how these lap times look in qualifying.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This is more or less just, hey, try to do the best you can. And, you know, you're really going to have to make it happen in the heat race. And then you're really going to have to step it up here once it gets to the main event. Right now, we got Troy Stuckwish in the 124 out there. The 61 car of Terry Landis is out there. And also, Troy Stuckwish has just took the pole. We got Chris Kukta in the 21 car out there. He's running a nice paint scheme there. Man, he's got a Chicago Blackhawks / SRTV Network. How about that?
I like the SRTV Network logo, but the Chicago Blackhawks, I'm bitter from 2010 when they beat my Flyers.
Hey, man, well, hey, I tell you what, I was trying to explain to these guys last time when we were here at Knoxville is we're taking a look at 3 more cars getting ready to go out on the track. It's going to be the number 18 of Jeremy Freeman. Nope, I'm sorry. The 128 of Jonathan Cooper. The number 5 of Dylan Petty.
Looks like we only have 2 out there right now.
Yeah. But you know what I was saying? I was getting ready to get at there was that SRTV Network logo on that car really makes it look fast from here.
I mean, that logo makes it look fast. The other logo makes it look really slow.
He's a little bit of both. I'm not a big hockey fan, so hey, man, I'm cool with whatever y'all say about the hockey. I don't get too far involved. Hopefully, we're looking good over on the Facebook side. For some reason, I'm not getting any comments coming in from the Facebook side here on my app. You know, it could be something I've done, but so if you're out there commenting on Facebook, I can't see what you're putting. I can definitely see what y'all are typing in YouTube and Twitch, though, as it seems right now.
I have the Facebook page up here and watching. Sean Freeman's in there. We got Chris McGuire, Jacob Welter, Chris Hockley, Stop Hawk Dizzle, Rick Brazel. Hey, I think I got his name right this time.
Hey, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, man, appreciate you guys for watching, man. Hey, and speaking of that, since you guys are tuning in, I know y'all are some really, really good dirt drivers, and we're watching the Dirt Outlaws series here, sponsored by Sim Addicts. And this is a great league over here, man. They got a lot of talented drivers, and they're running the late models here in Knoxville, as you can see. We got David Cardwell in the 054. He's out there. And if you're interested in running with these guys, holler at Blake Mosley. Blake Mosley runs this league. And Jeremy Freeman, he's their sponsor here at he runs Sim Addicts, so check him out. Jeremy Freeman and Blake Mosley. If you're watching on the YouTube side, it's all in the description below of the video, so check them out. Look them up in league sessions. Dirt Outlaw series. And we're just wrapping up another round of qualifying, and right now the 124 of Troy Stuckwich is on the pole with a 18.668, and in second we're looking at David Cardwell. As I said earlier, he's a really fast guy, so he ran a 18.710, so it's looking like the 18.67s is where it's at. As we got the 67 of Kenneth McLaughlin. I'm sorry if I butcher your name there, Kenneth. We got the 44 car of Brandon Morris out there.
It almost looks like how they have this set up as the slowest cars from practice, and then we're up to where the faster cars are. Because Kenneth McLaughlin in practice ran an 18.333, so.
Yeah, I believe they are doing that. And we're riding along with the number 2 of Kyle Beck. Kyle Beck, he always puts on a great show. He's got a lot of talent there behind the wheel of these late models. I've seen him run quite a few laps. So, yeah, man, Kyle Beck, he's going to have a good shot here in this main event, as well as David Cardwell. There's a couple guys that I don't see out there. But we got Keith Hackney, and Keith Hackney, he's finished in the top 3 twice, I believe, here on SRTV Network. So keep your eyes out for him. And we got 3 more cars going out. The 044 of Blake Cannon. The 009 car of Preston Jones.
And it looks like Keith Hackney's on track too. He was your quickest in practice, so he's going to be a good one to watch, see what he can do here in qualifying, see if he can top the charts.
Well, let's take a ride along with our fastest in practice and see how he's doing it here as he's making his rounds around Knoxville. Knoxville Raceway. What a track, man. Love this place.
And that was a pretty good first lap for him in 1888. That's pretty quick. That's one of the quicker times we've seen on their opening lap so far. And he's glued to that bottom, as you see. He's right on that curb. So that might be the spot to be. Blake Cannon to the top of the chart.
Blake Cannon laid down a hot one. He's out there. Let's take a look at that car. He's running a fast lane signs and graphics car there. Henderson Amusement Longhorn chassis. That's a beautiful red and black car. As you know, I'm a big fan of red and black, so all those red and black cars out there look good to me. And it looks like we finished up with qualifying for now, and we're getting ready to switch over to our heat races. So they're probably going to have a driver's meeting here. So stay tuned, because we're about to run some heat races here. And as I said earlier, you're watching SRTV Network, and I really appreciate all the support we've been getting from everybody. The Dirt Outlaw series, sponsored by Sim Addicts. And don't forget, man, all our thoughts and prayers go out to all the people that have lost loved ones and friends, and especially Blake Mosley, man. We really support you, so hang in there, buddy. You and your family, and your best friend's family, man. Y'all need to be there for each other and stick together through the hard times. You know how it is. So we're getting ready. We got some cars going out on the track. We got Blake Cannon in that 044, the 87 of Sean Freeman, the number 9 of Blake Fulmer. Kyle Fanning in that number 7 car, the 07 of Jacob Welter, maybe, the 44 of Brandon Morris, and Trace Williams is a 57 car. This is gonna be our first heat race of the night, and Sean Freeman's gonna start these puppies off. So we take a look at the grid. Let's move it to our infield cam, get a better shot there. We got the 87 of Sean Freeman on the inside, and nobody on his outside. Yes, they're doing their lineups here. So we're taking a look at that 87 car, the Freeman Motorsports Miller Lite car, looking good. Blake Cannon in that 044, the 87, or I just keep showing, that must be a good looking car. The number 9 of Blake Fulmer. You see that name on the back of that car? It says Hoosier. That's where I'm from, baby. And we got the number 2 of Kyle Beck. He's running that, looks like Gresham Racing Parts. Call them up, 706-237-6125. Kyle Fanning in the number 7 Miller Lite. Jacob Welter in that 07 right there. Trace Williams in the 57. And the 44 Brandon Morris, as they're getting set to run these babies around. I'm sure I missed a couple of those cars, and I do apologize, but I got to get ready for this racing action coming up, because I know what we got headed to us tonight. And Matt, it's going to be a good one, I can guarantee you that.
I am, but on a good, funny, light-hearted note, I am going to root for the 57 just because my last name is his first name, so.
All right, well, if we're picking cars, I might have to go with that number 2 of Kyle Beck, and let's see how my luck plays out.
I'll root for the 57, but my pick's the 044. I don't know if you're going to be able to touch him. That car's fast. Green flag.
And it's green.
Side by side into turn 1, out of turn 2. The 044 out to a bit of a lead. We have a car spinning on the out of turn 2. Looks like he saves it. The 050 or the 57. Man.
Well, that was quick. Right now up front, we got the 044 car looking good. Blake Cannon. He's got the 87 of Sean Freeman and Kyle Beck right behind him, and followed by the number 9 of Blake Fulmer. But he's got a nice lead right now, and if you see these cars slow down, it's because they throw their own cautions, and we will keep up with that. But we are running 8 laps here as the 044 starts to pull away from the 87 of Sean Freeman. Kyle Beck all over the back end of that like a hobo on a ham sandwich. So they come out of number 4, come across that start-finish line. The 044 is going to lead that lap. But guess what? That number 2 is starting to close in on Sean Freeman. The number 9, he ain't far behind. That's Blake Fulmer.
You can see the 2 lines that are coming in. Sean Freeman's keeping it up on the high side. It's making it work. It's making the 2 have to work the bottom of the track. The 2 might have to go to the high side to get back to the 87 and just dive down and pull a slider to get into that 2nd spot because the top 2 make the dash.
Yeah, it looks like the number 87 of Sean Freeman and the number 7 car, Kyle Fanning, are running the same lines. And then the 2 and the 9 is Kyle Beck and Blake Fulmer. They're running the same lines. So it's kind of unique. Everybody's got their own line and everybody's got their own setup. But as you can see, that 044 car, Blake Cannon, is really checking out on them as they're winding down on these laps. They definitely want to finish in the top 2 here, so it's looking good for Blake Cannon and Sean Freeman. And the pressure's starting to build on Kyle Beck as he's got that number 9 car. Blake Fulmer right behind him, followed by that number 7's putting his car up in the picture. That's Kyle Fanning in the number 7. You see Freeman, he's up there on that high side there. I don't know if he's losing any time. But the number 2 of Kyle Beck's moving in. He got the left front up on the berm right there, upset the car. He loses a little bit of time, lets the 9 close a little bit of that distance there. And that's helping out the 044 pull away. And that's going to end this one.
Blake was definitely shot out of a cannon from that start to the finish of that race. He took off, and the battle for second was great, but once again, the track is starting to get a little bit faster on the high side, so being on that high side for Sean Freeman really helped him out. Good run for the two of Kyle Beck, though, making that bottom trying work. He did it perfect. It's really hard when you have a bit of a better car on the outside of you like that.
Yeah, and you see the finishing results. Blake Cannon, Sean Freeman, Kyle Beck, and that number 9 car, that's Blake Fulmer. That's the top 4. Sorry I didn't finish out the grid in order there. I mean the finishing order there. I apologize. So we're getting set for heat number 2 coming right up. Looks like we got the 124 coming out on the track there. That's Troy Stuckwish, the 51 car of James Shirley, the 21 of Chris Kukta, the 61 car. Trying to keep up with all these names, man. There's some good looking cars. Let me see if I can. All right, we got Troy Stuckwish starting up front. The 128, is that it?
Yeah, if it's by groups of 4, it looks like it should be the 124, the 128.
That's Jonathan Cooper in the 128.
Dylan Petty in the 5.
And here comes that 51 car. He said, I'm going straight to the front. You know, you can start up front in that 51. That's James Shirley, by the way. But you might not finish there. So you're going to have your hands full. All right, we got Troy Stuckwish on the inside. The 51 of James Shirley. And the 128 is Jonathan Cooper. The number 12 is Ryan Adams. The number 5 of Dylan Petty. The 61 of Terry Landis. And the 21 of Chris Kukta, he's starting in the back in that SRTV Network Chicago Blackhawks late model band. Good luck to him out there tonight. He's going to need a good run there. He's starting in the back. He's got a lot of fast drivers in front of him.
Yeah, he does. It looks like it's a pretty good, quick group of cars in this one. I think Heat 3 is going to have a bit of a faster group in it, so we'll see. The key is here who's going to get the good start, and I think my pick is still going to be the pole sitter of the 124.
Yeah, they're getting set to go green. I'm going with that number 12 car, Ryan Adams.
Green flag's out into turn 1, and like I said, all based on that start, the 124 gets a really good start, takes to the high side right away, but the 51 of James Shirley is right there on his tail as they come around to complete lap 1.
Yeah, he's putting the pressure. Dylan Petty's on the inside. Look like they're 3 wide coming off the back. Ryan Adams wins that battle in that number 12 car. So we're going to have to take a look at this battle between the number 12 of Ryan Adams, the 5 of Dylan Petty, the 21 of Chris Kukta, the 128 into the wall. Looked like he managed to gather it back up. So we got Dylan Petty and Ryan Adams side by side coming across the start-finish line. Chris Kukta gets his car up into the wall. We might have a caution. I think we do. Yeah, we have a caution out there. So we're definitely going to have to take a look at that replay there of Chris Kukta, man. He had a heck of a hit there on the inside wall. Looks like he's down on the bottom there. As he's coming off the turn, he comes up just a little bit too much there. He catches the left front, the left rear onto the right rear onto the left front there. It turns him across him. Looks like his car might be okay. And they're going to line them back up, rack them back up, and try it one more time. Right now we're under caution. And one thing I'd like to mention is if they have 2 cautions, they start single file and the green flag's out.
Once again, the 124 with another good start. Battles for second place, so the 12 of, I guess that's Ryan Adams running in third, looking underneath the 51 of James Shirley early on. Shirley would shut the door. As these guys are racing behind the top 2, the leader's sitting there going, bye-bye, I'm gone, and it's making the race interesting for everybody else to keep it bunched up. They all want that second spot. Yeah,
I've been noticing that, hey, man, that leader starts to check out because of the battling going on. As we see that 124, Troy Stuckwish, we know he was fast in practice and qualifying here. So in this heat race, they got their hands full, but James Shirley is not far behind as he's going to continue to put the pressure on. But what a comeback by the 21 car, Chris Kukta, as he's all over the back end of the number 12. That's Ryan Adams as they come off of this corner here. He's got that number 5 of Dylan Petty. And Dylan Petty, he's always been fast. It's the 21 of Chris Kukta's on the inside there. He just can't quite make it work and get the run he wants. But they go side by side into 3. The 21 keeps it on the bottom. Not even a scratch on the car, the number 12, as the 21's trying to make that pass. And you know what's going on up front. We got Troy Stuckwitz just trying to run away with it. The 51 car trying to run him down. James Shirley, he's been fast. But I don't know if he has anything for Troy Stuckwitz, and he ain't got a whole lot of time to do it. And that's going to end it right there. As you see, Troy Stuckwitz, James Shirley, Chris Kukta, Ryan Adams, Dylan Petty. And your race winner on this one, the Troy Stuckwitz. Wow. I really messed that up, but it's all good, man. All good. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, man. And Matt, it's almost time, man. I hate to see you go. Well, we lost Matt, man. He had to go run his race. And good luck to him. Hey, good luck out there, man. I hope you bring one home, man. I appreciate you coming up in the booth here with me. As we're getting set for another one, as you see, we got the 054 of David Cardwell, the number 67. Or is that the 69? Let's get a better look at there. We got the 18. He's in the mix. The 69, the 009, the 67. Now this is going to be a good one too. All right, Keith Hackney in the 69 car. We got the 18, which is very familiar. As Jeremy Freeman, Mr. Simatic, the sponsor over here at Dirt Outlaw Series. And on the pole here, gonna start these babies off, is that 054 car. David Cardwell, and David Cardwell's got Jeremy Freeman on the outside. He's got Keith Hackney right behind him. The 69 car, or the 69 of Keith Hackney's right behind David Cardwell. We got the 67 car of Kenneth McLaughlin. The number 8's out there of Noah Samples, and we know Noah's got something for him. The 009 of Preston Jones. As that green flag comes out, David Cardwell sends him off, and Keith Hackney's down on that berm on the inside trying to make it happen. He'd had to lift a little bit so he didn't turn David, and that's going to allow Jeremy Freeman to try to make something happen on the high side as he takes the lead from David Cardwell as they come across that start-finish line. That's lap 1. The top 3 are really fast. Look at Keith Hackney up there on the high side as we got Jeremy Freeman and David Cardwell battling for first and second. And the 67 gets into the 18 of, that's Kenneth McLaughlin. And Jeremy Freeman there made a little bit of contact, and that opened the door for, I hate to leave this battle here to see what car that is, because this battle right here between Jeremy Freeman and David Cardwell, we definitely going to have to show this action as they come across to make lap 3. David Cardwell on the bottom, Jeremy Freeman just one groove up. Looks like David Carwell start to move his car up the track a little bit. He sees a little bit of speed on that high side. Jeremy Freeman's making it happen. So we got about 4 laps to go in this this heat race here. It's been a great racing action going on here so far by the Dirt Outlaws series, sponsored by Sim Addicts over here, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody on the Twitch side, man. I didn't know a lot about Twitch here, and I just wanted to give it a shot. So any kind of views we can get over on the Twitch side, man, is awesome. And thanks to everybody watching on Facebook, and I hope everything is working out all right. As we got Jeremy Freeman still trying to run away from David Cardwell, but he's got Keith Hackney right behind him, and right behind Keith Hackney, right there in the 4th place, is Noah Samples in the number 8. As they're the end of that one there. What a race between the 18 of Jeremy Freeman, the 054 of David Cardwell, Keith Hackney in 3rd, Noah Samples in 8th. I mean, Noah Samples in 4th, followed by the 67 and the 009. That's Kenneth McLaughlin. And I need to remember these names. Preston Jones. Great race. All right, let's see what's happening next. So we get set for another one. They're just getting their cars lined up on the backstretch there so that the race admin can write down their finishing positions. And we're going to get set. I think that's the end of the heat races. We will find out here in just 1 minute. Hang tight. Alright, here we go. You know what this is? This is going to be a 6-lap dash between our top 2 finishers on their heat races. So, this is all the fast guys going at it for their starting positions. It's going to be 6 laps here. We got a 6-lap dash between our top 2 finishers of each heat race. I've learned a lot, and hopefully it's helped out our viewers, because it was a little confusing during our first broadcast. So All right, we got Blake Cannon starting up front on the inside. On the outside, we got Troy Stuckwish on the second row inside. Jeremy Freeman on his outside. That 87 car, Sean Freeman. The 51 car, James Shirley's in that third row inside. And David Cardwell starting on the third row on the outside. So they're getting set to go green. Green flags in the air. What a start, man. I'm telling you, that's the key to these races, is getting a good restart. And he really shot out of a cannon there. The 044, Blake Cannon, is gone with the win, but he's got the 124, Troy Stuckwish, right behind him. And then we got a battle in the back between David Cardwell, Sean Freeman, Jeremy Freeman. As we listen to those cars come through, let's crank it up. Oh no, the 87 goes around. And that's gonna bring out a yellow flag. Go ahead and show you that quick instant replay real quick. And we're getting set. They're gonna go back single file restart on this one. It's only a 6-lap race, and I believe that would have been 2 laps, so we're gonna have 4 to go. And don't quote me, because I could be wrong, but we will see. Should be 4 to go here. They're going to get the green flag this time by. Blake Cannon gone again with the 124, Troy Stuckwish. David Cardwell moved up from last place. We got another caution. And I didn't see what happened there, but James Shirley is in the pit. So let's ride along here with and see what happened there. Oh, it was on the restart there. As you see, the 18 and the 51 got stuck together there. So it's just unfortunate for him. The 51, James Shirley, he pulled it on into the pit. Like I said, this is just a 6-lap dash to determine where they're going to start in the main the A main race here, the main event. So it's not a real big deal there for the 51, James Shirley. So all right, they're racked them back up. Caution laps don't count. It's gonna be 3 to go here. Green flags out. Now that time Blake Cannon kind of tapped that wall. Looks like the fast way around's on the bottom there. Blake Cannon, Troy Stuckwish, David Cardwell, Sean Freeman, and Jeremy Freeman is your running order. As they come around to the start-finish line one more time. I believe we got one more lap here. Blake Cannon is gone, man. I tell you what, he is super fast there in that 044, as well as Troy Stuckwish and David Cardwell. So to win this race, he done a great job out there to win a a 6-lap dash between all the fastest cars. Actually, it wouldn't say the fastest cars. I mean, but they're pretty much the fastest cars. You know what I mean? Did you see our finishing order? Blake Cannon, Troy Stuckwish, David Cardwell, Jeremy Freeman, and Sean Freeman. And we're going to get set to run this feature event here, the A Main. So you're watching the SRTV Network Dirt Outlaw series sponsored by Sim Addicts. And thanks to all our viewers. And just hang tight for just a second. I need to make a little adjustment here, so hang tight just 1 second. Alright. Well, we're back. That was quick. So here we go. We're still in qualifying. So we're going to run a B main. That's what it's looking like. It's going to be a B main out there. Let's see how many laps we got in this B main. – 12 laps. It's going to be a 12-lap B main here. So let's take a look at some of our guys out there. The 07 of Jacob Welter, the 128. And he's fast. That's Jonathan Cooper, the 61 car. Terry Landis, the 44. Brandon Morris, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at one time. Where was we at? The 09 car, or 009 of Preston Jones. Let's see who else we got out there. The 72 of Alan Hunt. The 57 of Trace Williams. 13, Charles Silvis. And we're getting set to run another good one here, as the 07 is going to lead them to the start-finish line, to that green flag. 12 laps. Turn that music off, because here we go, boys and girls. Green flag's out. Jacob Welter leads them down into turn one. The 128 of Jonathan Cooper. Oh no. Jonathan Cooper took over the lead here in the B main. Looked like the 07 had a little issue there, and it allowed got some problems in the back here between Alan Hunt and Alan Hunt and the 44 Brandon Morris. Preston Jones in the 009, he's running in second. He's running right behind that 128. Jonathan Cooper, our race leaders, Jonathan Cooper. So we're going to complete, I believe it's lap 4, or we're on to lap 4. We'll have to see, but Jonathan Cooper's really putting down a lap out there right now. Terry Landis right there in that 61 car, he's running third. He's got the 07 of Jacob Welter right behind him. And the 13 of Charles Silvis running fifth. The 57 Pulls it off the track. It's Trace Williams. Go back and take a look at our leader, Jonathan Cooper, heading down into turn 1. He's riding up on that high side, looking really fast up there, 100 mile an hour as he comes off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. They're running around 100 mile an hour here. That's pretty quick on a small track like this. But Jonathan Cooper has nobody in sight, nobody in the mirror. I believe they're going to take 2 cars, if not more. But we'll see how it plays out. Jacob Welter in the 07, as we're starting to get a battle between Charles Silvas and Terry Landis. Charles Silvas down on the inside. Looks like he's having a little blinky blink. But that's all right, as we got the 61 on the outside of Charles Silvas battling for that 4th spot, as the 009 of Preston Jones and the 128 of Jonathan Cooper has checked out of town. Jonathan Cooper all by myself. You want me to start singing for you guys? I mean, come on, look at this guy. He's really putting it down. We're going to have to go back and check out some of the racing action. We got Preston Jones. He's running 2nd. And that's going to end that one. The winner of that, the 128, Jonathan Cooper, followed by Preston Jones, the 61 of Terry Landis, the number 13 of Charles Silvas, the 07 of Jacob Welter, and the 44 of Brandon Morris rounds out the field here. They're going to run a little bit of practice before they switch over to their main event. And while they do that, I'm going to take a quick break, get me just a little drink of water, and I'll be right back. Enjoy some of this practice as these guys run some laps around Knoxville. got the main event coming right up, so everybody stay tuned because I guarantee you're gonna love this action we got coming here just for you. Third Outlaw Series sponsored by Sim Addicts at Knoxville. take a look at some of these paint jobs here. I'm back, and I'm feeling a little bit better here because we're getting ready to advance over to the main race here, the feature event, the A main here for the Dirt Outlaws series, sponsored by SimAddicts. It's going to be a 30-lap feature here, but the score up the scoreboard at the top, it won't be right, I don't believe. They do not count caution laps, so they're going to be keeping up with their own laps there. They got race admin, race control, doing all the work on the inside. You don't see them out there on the track, but I guarantee you they're down there and they're busy. Blake Mosley, the race admin, as we're finishing up here, and then we're just about to switch over. It's gonna be a good one, everybody. So hope y'all enjoyed what we've showed so far here. I know I have, and it's been an exciting race, and there's gonna be much more of that to come. They're starting to grid up. So what they're going to do is, in this main event, is they're going to run one lap around. When the green flag comes out, they will not go green. They will reposition themselves into the starting spot that they earned during their heat races. Oh, excuse me. And so the next time by, they'll go around. They'll go green. All right, but if they have 2 cautions, they're going to switch over to single file restarts. So the first start will be double file. Alright, we're getting everything set here, and they're getting ready to pull off onto the track. They're going to reset them cars up into their starting spots. David Cardwell in that 054 Hicks and Jicks machine. And I tell you what we'll do. We'll take a look at some of these paint jobs here. We got a 19 car field, I believe. 044, I'll put it down on the bottom here. It's Blake Cannon, Troy Stuckwish, David Cardwell, Jeremy Freeman, Sean Freeman, Noah Samples, Keith Hackney, Kyle Fanning. And you see they're starting to switch over. I don't know if you can see, but we got a lot of cars out there, man. This is going to be a good one. They're getting them all lined up. So the pace car pulls off, but they stay yellow. Alright, so starting on the pole is going to be the 044 car of Blake Cannon. Troy Stuckwish on his outside. Inside second row, David Cardwell, followed by Jeremy Freeman on his outside. Sean Freeman in the third row. Inside. Fourth row is going to be, let's take a closer look here at these cars. Believe they're doing something, but anyways, we got Keith Hackney, Kyle Beck, Chris Kupta, Dylan Petty. And once they figure out they're starting, that's what the race admin right now is giving them the orders to stop on the track so that he can get these guys lined up in their correct orders, which is a brilliant idea. They do a great job over here at Dirt Outlaw Series, and like I said, if you're looking for a great league, man, these guys put on a show over here. Check them out. Look them up on Facebook, Dirt Outlaw Series, and check them out in the league sessions. Also on iRacing, give Blake Mosley a shout there, man. And we've already went through our top 6 starting. Fourth row inside looks like it's going to be Kyle Beck. We'll see in that number 2. We got the number 9 of all right, so Kyle Beck, fourth row inside. The 69 car, Keith Hackney, is going to be fifth row inside. Where's the number 9 of Blake Fulmer going to be? Not sure. All right, he's going to be on the inside behind Kyle Beck. No, on the outside of Kyle Beck. All right. We got the number 12 of Ryan Adams, the number 5 of Dylan Petty on his outside. Oh, we see the number 8 moving on in. Noah Samples said he's got to get his spot. As we take a look at some of the field here, as you see, the 67 car, Kenneth McLaughlin back there. Ryan Adams got the 7 car, Kyle Fanning. Behind him's the 128 of Jonathan Cooper. On the outside, it's going to be the 009 of Preston Jones. And Preston Jones has got the 61 of Terry Landis, the number 13 of Charles Silvis, and the 07 is Jacob Welters. We're getting set to go green. Blake Fulmer leads them off into 1. Blake Fulmer leading them around. Look at this battle right here. Oh, Jeremy Freeman and Chris Kupta make contact, knocks them into the 2 car. That's going to bring out a caution there. It's a pile up in turn 1. So the caution's out. I'm going to turn that off though. All right, looks like Chris Kupta is going to the back. So we'll take a look at that replay from his perspective. Chris Kupta, as they're going to go green pretty quick. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But I wanted to get this replay in. So we're looking at the 21 of Chris Kupta and the 18 of Jeremy Freeman. Chris Kupta and Jeremy Freeman coming off a 4 there. Looks like Jeremy Freeman comes down a little bit, gets into the 21 car. I could be wrong. I'm not placing blame anywhere. It's just what it looked like from the booth up here. And it causes a pile up as we go back live. It looks like the 21 car is in the 16th spot, so he loses a lot of spots there. It's Chris Kupta there. Good looking helmet on that driver there. But we're getting set to go back green, so we take a look at our top 5 up here. And we know Blake Cannon still up front. David Cardwell right behind him, the 124 of Troy Stuckwish, the 87 of Sean Freeman. Sean Freeman's got Jeremy Freeman right behind him. I'm pretty sure they They might be familiar or something like that. Kyle Beck running 6th in that 2 car. The number 7 of Dylan Petty's, the number 5 of Dylan Petty's running 7th. Blake Fulmer in 8th. In 9th place is going to be the number 8 of Noah Samples. And rounding out the top 10, the 69 car of Keith Hackney. And we're getting set to go back green. Blake Cannon stomps on that gas pedal as soon as the green flag comes out. David Cardwell right behind. What a start by Blake Cannon, man. He's put on a show all night, but we're definitely going to have to take a look at this pack back here between the number 9 of Blake Fulmer, Dylan Petty, and the 5. Sean Freeman on the outside. Oh, contact. Sean Freeman goes around. Look at this. Caution's out. Wow. We'll take a quick replay at that. Oh, the number 18 car. He's 3 wide coming off of 4 there. It was Sean Freeman. They got caught up in that. So we'll take one more look here. As he comes off of the corner, looks like the 69 of Keith Hackney and the 87 of Sean Freeman make a little contact. So let's go back. Let's go back live here and take a look at our leader, Blake Cannon. As we're under caution. Just want to see something real quick. All right, that's what I thought. Good deal here as he's heading into 3, coming around to take the green flag here. Well, let's see if green flag's out. Blake Fulmer gone. Blake Cannon's gone again. He gets a great restart there. The top 3 spread out. David Cardwell, Troy Stuckwich, Kyle Beck in the number 2 car. He's looking good all night. He's got that number 5 of Dylan Petty right behind him. The 9 of Blake Fulmer. We got about 3 Blakes in here tonight, and that's pretty cool, man. Did you see him start to get single file? Look at the battle between the number 5 of Dylan Petty, Kyle Beck, and Troy Stuckwich, the 124. Looks like Kyle Beck pulls a slide job off. Let's get a better look at these 3 drivers. Troy Stuckwich in that 124. He holds on to that 3rd place there, but he's been battling hard for it. So he's had the pressure put on him by the number 2 car, Kyle Beck. Got the 5 and the 9. The 5's looking really fast. Dylan Petty. Oh, now he's got company on the inside. Blake Fulmer trying to make a pass. Blake Fulmer trying to get around Dylan Petty on the bottom. Looks like he might make it work there. Troy Stuckwich better keep his eye on his mirror because that number 2 car is starting to get up there. Get next to him. Kyle Beck can't quite make it happen there on the bottom. But wow, look at that. Kyle Beck gets a little bit of loses a lot of track position to Troy Stuckwich in that 124 car. As you see, Blake Cannon, he is gone, as well as David Cardwell in the 054. So we're going to keep our eyes on this pack right here. Dylan Petty and Kyle Beck. What a battle between these 2. Look at the 9 slide in there. Blake Fulmer throws it on in there underneath that number 5 of Dylan Petty. Takes that spot from him and starts working on up towards Kyle Beck in that number 2. But Kyle Beck's been working on Troy Stuckwish in that 124 car. Can't quite get around him yet, but he keeps sliding it down in there. He pulls the slide job, slides right across the nose there of Troy Stuckwish. They make a little bit of contact, causes Kyle Beck to get into the wall. Looks like Kyle hung on to it, lost a couple spots as they're 3 wide coming off of 2. 5, Dylan Petty did all he could to keep it off of that 9 car. Blake Fulmer, the 128, makes contact. Jonathan Cooper, and that's going to throw the caution. We're going to take a rewind to that slide job by Kyle Beck. Causes Keith Hackney to make contact with Jonathan Cooper and send him around. Oh no, the 009 with nowhere to go. That's Preston Jones. Wasn't nothing he could do, man. He just couldn't. A little bit of bad luck there. It happens, you know, so we'll go back up front live. Blake Cannon. Take a look at our top 5 here. Blake Cannon, David Cardwell, Troy Stuckwish, Blake Fulmer, Dylan Petty. That's your top 5. As we're still under yellow, we'll round out the top 10 here. Running 6th is that number 2 of Kyle Beck that put on that amazing slide job there to take that spot. And running 7th is the 67 car, Kenneth McLaughlin, which he's been fast every time I've ever seen him. The number 7 car of Kyle Fanning running 8th. The 21 car, Chris Cooked, is up to 9th. And the 10 car, Jeremy Freeman, rounds out the top 10. As we're getting set to go back green flag racing, is Blake Cannon's going to start these bad SOBs off one more time. Green flag's out. Whoa. Did y'all see that? The 2 car, Kyle Beck, is just getting beat on. That's going to bring the caution back out. We're going to take a look at the 2 car. See, kind of got sandwiched between the, it looked like the number 8 or something. Let's see one more time. Oh, Keith Hackney with nowhere to go. So the 2 cars, the number 5 of Dylan Petty, I believe, and the 13 got caught up in that. That's Charles Silvis in the 13. That was just a crazy restart, you know, and things happen. But guess what? It's time to do it again. And looks like Kyle Beck is getting sent to the back, or he's putting himself into the back. So that's going to mix up the top 10 a little bit. And that's going to move Noah Samples up into 9th. Jeremy Freeman 8th. Chris Cookta moved up to 7th. And Ryan Adams took over the top 10 spot. Ryan Adams is in the 12 car. So we're getting set to go green one more time. It's going to be Blake Cannon. He's led every lap tonight. He's had David Carwell right up on the back bumper. And Troy Stuckwish has been holding down that top 3 spot. So green flag's out, and Blake Cannon is out. David Cardwell switched up his line. He went down on the bottom that time. We're going to keep an eye on the front here right now. See if David Cardwell can run down Blake Cannon and make a pass on him. And if Blake Cannon starts to create some space between him and David Cardwell, then we're going to move back and check out that pack in the back. We definitely got to do that. Look at him, 3 wide. That's Chris Cook on the outside. The number 7 of Kyle Fanning sandwiched in the middle. Noah Samples is down on the bottom. Noah Samples made it work on the bottom. 7 car lost that spot. Kyle Fanning is. Ryan Adams moved in. Ryan Adams moved in to take that spot from Kyle Fanning. The 128, Jonathan Cooper, making his moves, trying to get himself up to the front. Noah Samples on the bottom, Chris Cookta on the high side. They're side by side. Can Chris Cookta hold off Noah Samples on the bottom? We're gonna see, but that number 7 of Kyle couldn't do it, as it looks like he's gonna be able to complete the pass this time by. But we're just gonna have to wait and see, because Chris Cookta's got his momentum built up on that high side, but Noah Samples is going nowhere near as the 18 get together with the number 7. Kyle Fanning and Jeremy Freeman got together there. Look like Freeman up into the wall. Noah Samples, Chris Cookta make contact. Chris Cookta changed his line. He was up on the high side there. As they're battling 4 wide, look at that. They were 4 wide behind Chris Cookta and oh no, caution's out. Let's see if we can. Wow, really? Well, they're just. What is going on? Is this real? Oh, it's the end? That's gonna do it. No wonder. What a race. Alright, I tell you what we're gonna do. Since we were watching that, we're gonna go back. We're gonna watch the end of that one more time. The 044 was killing it. And David Cardwell, he come across the line there with the 9. The 9 of Blake Fulmer worked his way up, and he got 2nd place from, I believe he made that pass as they came across the start-finish line. It sure looked like it to me. So he might have took that spot from David Cardwell, which is going to put him, David Cardwell finishing 3rd. I'm not for sure. Let's go back live and see what these cars. There's our top 3 up front. And Blake Fulmer is going to be the winner tonight for the Dirt Outlaw Series, sponsored by Sim Addicts. A 30 lapper. So we're going to see if we can catch that number 9 of Blake Fulmer here on the radio. See if we can get our radio working. That was a heck of a finish there for 2nd place. I'm trying to catch him on the radio here. See if this is him. Trying to find his radio channel. Well, they got a lot of drivers over here. They won't do it. Oh, be dang. Well, I'm not gonna be able to. That's some weird stuff right there. It won't let me. It won't. There we go. Blake Cannon, this is Jay Weezy in the SRTV booth. You got me? Well, let's see. Oh, Blake Cannon. Here we go. Blake Cannon, this is Jay Weezy in the SRTV booth. You got me? Come on now. Blake Cannon, you got a copy? All right. Well, there's your race winner there. Blake Cannon, he put on a show tonight. Sorry we couldn't get a word in with him there, but
Got me.
Blake Cannon, Jay Weezy, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, what a performance tonight. You really put the smack down on them boys. What'd you think?
I wasn't really sure how the racetrack was going to be coming in hot laps since it was so foggy, but it ended up turning out pretty good, slick, like I like it, and I knew they were in trouble.
Man, I tell you what, you looked good from where I was watching, man, and from what I seen, I didn't think anybody had anything for you. And you know, in your mirror, I'm sure you didn't see nothing but a wad of cars because those guys were all over the place. What did the track feel like? Was it really slick out there?
It was pretty slick. I made some adjustments, just like 1 or 2 adjustments right after the heat races to really get it good for the last hot lap session we had, and then just set sail after that.
Yeah, man, and from what I seen there in the heat races, moving into that main event, I knew you were going to be one to watch out for, but you had your hands full. You had David Cardwell there chasing you down for a while, but you managed to hang on to it, so congratulations on the win tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Blake for putting on the league. It's my second race with him, and it's a pretty good league. I like it. I enjoy it. Obviously, you for doing the broadcast. Just everybody who helps with this league.
Yeah, man.
Also,
Looks like I'm
like
sorry.
to thank NBS Motorsports as well.
Hey, shout out to NBS Motorsports, man, and you know we appreciate everybody that helps us out, man, over here in the iRacing world. You know, shout out to everybody that helps out and all the viewers out there, man. But hey, you brought this one home tonight, and you look good all night long, man. So congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. We'll see you in the next one.
10-4. Yeah, he really put the smack down. I tell you that right now. I don't know. I know I couldn't have touched him. I'm not for sure if they gave that one to the 9 or who they gave that one to there for second place. Let's talk to David Cardwell. See if we can talk with David Cardwell here. Because David Cardwell, I mean, he chased around for a long time. I'm not for sure. I think he might not be on the radio. I don't see him on the radio. Tell you what we'll do. We're gonna look at some racing. We're gonna see who won that one. Between these two right here. The number 9 and the 054. And when they came across the start-finish line, I believe the number 9. Wow, yeah, that was a battle for the win right there. That's what happened. What a race. We're definitely going to try to talk to our race admin here. Just hang tight with me for a second. See if we can get this radio to work. I've been having trouble with my radio. I haven't been able to contact them, but I can't see if we can talk to our race admin. Blake Mosley, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, what did you think about that race tonight? And I had a question there. When they come across that start-finish line, David Cardwell and Blake Cannon was battling for that win, wasn't they?
Yeah. Cannon got him according to the results, and that's what we go by. So.
Yeah, it was definitely close to call. I was trying to go back and show an instant replay there, but, you know, trying to catch it there at the line, they were so close together, I really couldn't tell who it was there, so I definitely wanted to give you a holler and find out what you thought about it, man. But it was an excellent race out there, man, and y'all put on a great show, dude, and we appreciate you letting us come on board over here with you at the Dirt Outlaw series.
Yeah, they put on one heck of a show tonight. A couple things could have went a little differently. We had a couple issues there with cautions, getting the lineup straight, but we got it all worked out. Next week is our season finale for season 1 of 2018. We'll be at USA, so that's always a pretty good track to see some racing.
Is our race results correct here in the game here on the sim?
I'm not 100% sure if those are. I have the correct ones if you can look in Discord.
Yeah, I was just wanting to run down on the finishing results here for all our viewers out there. At least our top 3.
Yeah, top 3 was Blake Cannon, David Caldwell, and Blake Coleman. So 2 Blakes in top 2 for top 3.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Hey, like I said, we'll be back here next week, Sunday. And where we headed to?
USA season finale.
Hey, so everybody's out there watching, man, we'll be back next week. You heard it, USA for the Dirt Outlaw series, sponsored by Sim Addicts. And for SRTV Network and Blake Mosley, I'm Jay Weezy, man. Everybody have a good night, and thanks for watching.